Now then, girl bands like All Saints, Sugar Babes and Atomic Kitten had hordes of adoring fans, played out to sold-out stadiums and epitomised the glamour and excitement of the 90s and noughties music scene.
Now, some of the era's biggest pop stars have taken part in a new BBC documentary. They claim that alongside those dizzy highs, there are also some pretty dark lows. We're going to speak to former Atomic Kitten, Kerry Katona. Kerry Katona is with us this morning. Hi, Kerry.
Morning.
Can I just say, you came in like a bundle of energy. You've just said hello to everyone. I could hear you laughing halfway across the newsroom.
I've not even got a mic on this morning.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
How are you?
I'm really good. I'm really good. I love mornings, so this is perfect for me. I'm such a morning person. Good morning, all.
Oh, it's lovely. It is lovely to see you, and you look like you're in a really good place.
I am in a really good place. It's taken me a very long time to get here, but I've worked incredibly hard on myself. And I think what a lot of people forget is, you know, I went through a lot. It's not the destination, it's the journey, working on yourself every day and being accountable for your mistakes and learning from them.
I mean, that's what the documentary is all about, isn't it? Because we would all have looked at you in Atomic Kitten at the height of your fame, doing all this stuff we would call glamorous.
Yeah.
Travelling the world, seeing the world, you know, playing to huge arenas, you know, living the life.
Yeah.
But what that documentary reminds us is there's a whole other side to that we don't see, and that's really hard, isn't it?
Yeah, I think as well, the documentary, it's out on Saturday on the 1st, it's very nostalgic. We haven't got girl bands anymore. We don't have, like, proper pop stars. I'm so incredibly blessed and grateful that I was a part of something so huge that is no longer with us. But what people don't see is they only see this glamorous side of us. They see us sat here in our hair and makeup, you know, performing. They don't see the hard work that goes into it. At one stage, all three of us was on drips. You know, it was incredibly
What
hard.
happened? Was that you just exhausted?
I think it's also an era where women were completely treated differently as well. We had no control and no say-so over anything that was going on in the industry or with record companies.
And you just look at those pictures, you were so young.
I was a baby.
So young.
I've not aged a day, have I, love?
You look amazing. But, I mean, it is... You know, you were thrown into that very sort of febrile atmosphere, which must have been equally exciting, life-changing, but so much to cope with.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I wasn't media trained, still not, and I was 17 when I got in Atomic Kitten. I'm 45 now, and I still struggle with the fame, which is one of the reasons why I left. It wasn't what I expected. I think when there's so many skeletons in somebody's closet, you know, the media always pick on that one person in a band. And that was me, unfortunately. Age 19, I was on antidepressants because I couldn't handle the intrusion of what it is. And when you're a little girl and you've got your airbrush and you're in the mirror and you're singing, you just want to be on top of the pops because that's all you see. You see the polished side. You don't see the actual roughness and the dirt and the hard work and the grafting. And I loved that part of it. I loved the grafting. I loved the climb to fame. But when I got it, my God, it just threw me off my feet, and it was incredibly hard to deal with. But for me, it went even bigger after leaving Atomic Kitten.
But do you regret leaving? Because, I mean, famously, you left just as Whole Again, which was the massive, massive single, just as that was released, and you left. You don't regret it?
No, I got my #1, I got my Molly. I realised I didn't want the fame or the riches. I wanted to be a mum and a wife, and being a kid from foster home, that was all I ever actually craved. It was my #1. It was my vocals, which I'm really proud of. But I actually left for quite a life. But I mean, let's be honest, I was in a girl band for 2 minutes. How am I still here? I don't know. I haven't got a clue, you know.
But that was the power of girl bands, wasn't it? I mean, the power of pop in the 90s. You know, it was so part of everyone's life. And I wonder, you know, in this documentary, it looks back, doesn't it, and says, you know, it's an era that's gone. It's an era that's changed. I wonder, given everything that you talk about, whether it belongs in the past.
I think, no, I don't. I think it should. I think things have changed. I think management's changed. I think society's changed. I think the media are on a change. It's a different world now. But to have been a part of something so historic and such a kid from foster home, you know what I mean? Next thing, I'm on the stage. I've never been on a plane. I'm travelling the world. To have been a part of that era, you know, I got imposter syndrome. I can't believe I was a part of it. It was We're never going to get that back again, you know. So I'm really proud and feel very blessed to have been there. And the girls, that sisterhood, that unity of being together and going through something that was so amazing and unique, I actually find quite sad that we don't talk.
I was going to say, do you miss them?
Yeah, I do. I do miss the girls. I think what's really sad is I have nobody to reminisce with over something that was a once-in-a-lifetime thing that we all went through. We went through it together as a team. You know, your sisters, you fight, you argue, you kiss and make up. But I guess people just drift apart. But I wish the girls nothing but happiness, success and joy and... You know, I really, truly do. And if you want to reunite, I'm available.
We've talked a lot about Atomic Kitten, but you've had a real roller coaster, haven't you? Whilst in Atomic Kitten, but also afterwards as well. They were highs, but massive lows as well.
So many lows, and I wouldn't change any of it because it's made me who I am today. And like I said, I left Atomic Kitten because I couldn't handle the fame. But for me, I don't know why, there was a massive interest, I think because I did The Jungle as well. But when you marry a pop star as well, who was in one of the biggest boy bands at the time...
So we should say this is Brian who was in Westlife.
We have 2 babies together. They're not babies anymore. Molly's 24 and Lily's 22. You know, there was a massive... It was pop royalty. There's a massive interest in there. And then the breakdown of that marriage, we're talking at a time of the newspapers where it was overly intrusive. This was a time where, you know, you come out of an event and they'd have cameras and particularly
for women, because not for Brian, not anywhere near as much.
This is what I don't understand, the difference with men and women. The way women were treated, I've had my falls, but it's about the getting back up that counts, but everyone recognises the fall. And unfortunately, in the media, especially with myself, you're kind of branded as this trash, no good, car crash because I've made mistakes. Yet I'm the one who's brought my children up. Yeah. Yet the men, they was able to go away, do what they want, and they're almost idolised. But women, we can't make mistakes because we're mothers, so it's frowned upon. But every mother, I think, deserves credit because it's blooming hard, especially doing it on your own. But you're absolutely right, women were treated completely different.
And the press was so cruel. That was the era, wasn't it, when you're, you know, if you had a dodgy bit coming out of a taxi and it'd be circled and that'll be on the magazines.
Exactly.
And,
I remember I just had my first baby, Molly, and I had stretch marks. I was 20 when I had Molly, and the circle of shame with my stretch marks in, and people wonder why I go and get surgery. I mean, it does mess your head up, and I'm very fortunate and very lucky that I've worked so hard on myself to now be able to cope with it. I'm a different person, but I won't change any of it, not even the bad.
Was there ever a point where you're like, it's not worth this?
Yeah, it made me suicidal. There was lots of, that wasn't so much the band. I think the band gave me a lot of tools to be able to cope with the fame after, because my fame went in a different direction, which I never asked for, that I wasn't able to cope with. And I think because of how the papers were back then, we had the News of the World that was around, 40 paps outside my house every day. I turned to drugs. I didn't know how else to cope with it. I mean, I haven't gone down that road in 17 years, but I'll take accountability and hold my hands up to it. But that was the only thing that kind of supported me. It was my friend until it wasn't my friend. That if I didn't have my children, I guarantee I would not be sat here today. And they've kept me going every single day. And they're so ungrateful, and I've left them in the cages at home. Don't worry, they've got some bread and water, they'll be fine. I'll let them out when I get home.
Oh, don't. You'll be on the front of the papers for this tomorrow.
That's the thing, you know. I turn everything into a joke as well and hold my hands up to it. And if you can't laugh at your mistakes, what can you do? You just got to let it go and move on. And there are only mistakes if you don't learn from them. They're lessons.
And we said you're in a good place. New relationship, going very well.
I am. He's at home watching. Hi, babe. He should have been here, but he overslept. Yeah, I'm in a wonderful relationship. I'm very excited. I'm very, very much in love. He's amazing. And they say you're only as young as the man you're feeling, so that's why I only look 33.
I'll tell you what, Kerry, you've been a real breath of fresh air.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
you, my lovely.
Lovely to see you. And Girl Bands Forever, it's a really good watch, and it's available to watch from this Saturday on BBC Two and on the iPlayer.
Yeah, we're going to be back with the headlines for you at 8 o'clock, but let's get the news, the travel and the weather where you are. See you soon.